Previously on Sci Fishes. I cannot believe it. I got a carp on when I'm packing up. It came off. Gutted. So I'm back on the same lake. Second time lucky. We have some sunshine. I'm going to walk down to a spot where I lost a fish recently. Just got my Polaroids on just to take this glare off the water. Just want to see if I can spot any fish before I actually settle down in a certain swim. I've not actually seen anything so far. There's a couple of people fishing on the other bank. So I've ended up coming to the swim what I actually fancied fishing. Well, I lost a fish in my last trip. Hello, duck. What I do like about this swim is there's pads, but they're not thick, so playing the fish amongst them hopefully is not going to be too difficult. But also the pads stop there and there's a big circle, so I can cast almost halfway across the lake before I reach the pads. So I like that. I just heard some splashing. Yes, he's playing a fish. What a good sign. Wow, it's a ripper. What a glorious September day. Well, that's gone amongst the pads a little bit, but I'm going to leave it because the pads are not thick, so I think we'll be alright. So that's it, rods are out, swim sorted. I put my bait in the shade. This is a nice little spot. Bait down here in the shade along with other essentials. Not the catapult. Yes, I'm quite happy with this little setup. I feel organised. It's not often I feel organised, but I do today. I had the worst journey coming down here. It's supposed to take 40 minutes maximum. Kids are back to school, rush hour, motorway, mental traffic. Horrible journey, but already I feel calm. It has released my stress, so it just proves to you hobbies like fishing, I think outdoor hobbies are fantastic because you're getting out in nature, breathing the fresh air. When it's a nice sunny day, it just makes you feel good. It releases that stress, absolutely does. How's this even happened? I've got a knot tied on both ends with a PVA. How am I going to get me bait inside? I'll have to snip in the middle and then make two up. There's a single magpie. One for sorrow. Go away, mate. Or go and get your mate. If there's two of you, one for sorrow, two for joy. I'm tempted to fish over the top of these pads. Set my rods so they're up like this. So I'll flatten the back legs, put the buzz bars as low as possible. Front legs, as high as possible, so my rod's high, pointing up, and my line will clear the pads right down to my hook bait. So I'm thinking that's an option, just to fish that side of the lake from where I am. And with no sign of fish so far, that's where this rod's going to, the other side of the pads.
Emily, how are we looking on the published studies when it comes to these?
Immediately to let you know that's not a red flag if you're not then getting that. And actually we have metronome.
Well, I've got something on. It's... Oh, you dirty. Not what I wanted. Ooh. And it's got all them bubbles over the skin, like... It's a fish. I'm not blanked. Let's go for a carp, eh? So I just caught that bream on a double boilie. Can you believe that? I'm still finding slime on my fingers. This is why people don't like bream. And this is why they call them snotties. Ew. Just wondering if it's worth changing over to a pop-up. I mean, the fish I lost last week was on a bottom bait, but there's no harm in having one rod on a bottom and one rod on a pop-up. So I've got both scope squid. I've got yellows and pinks with me. If no carp coming on, let's mix it up a bit. So I've just spoke to another fisherman who does bailiffing as well, who knows the lake quite well, and he's told me a few things. It makes me want to move swims now. That is enormous. Look how big this mushroom is. I mean, that's the size of my hand. Ugh, touched it. I'm gonna die. Let's move swims. Let's bring the rods in. Try somewhere new. So apparently this is the shallower end of the lake, and the fish tend to head down this end through the day, and I've just seen feeding bubbles already down in front of me here, just beyond the ducks. It's quite dark water in this lake. Hello, right hand rod. Oh, that's a sign of a bream all day, isn't it? It's strange, stopped now. Normally it keeps moving if the bream's actually hooked itself. So the rods are in, but I've changed things up a bit. I've stuck a pop-up on with a bottom bait, so when it goes out it's going to sit like that, like a snowman. It's going to sit on the bottom, and I've got a yellow pop-up on one, pink on the other. And I was reading this morning, people were saying, why do carp love pink so much? So let's test it out. Pink versus yellow. I've got a bottle of salty tuna boilie boost. Gone a bit crazy there, but let's get them feeding, eh? I found the giant mushrooms. They're enormous. Look, my foot is, I'm only a size 7, so I've got small feet, but it's like way bigger than my hand. I wonder what mushrooms they are. Yes, he just had a run. Has he got a fish on? It's looking like he's hooked one. Yes, is it bite time? And it's not in the net. Almost. In he goes. Oh, he's got a run over there. I thought it was me. He's got a run. He had a run, missed it. He caught a fish. They've all had a run each. Back to this. That's strange. In the centre of the rugby pitch, there's a square cordoned off. And the geese are all sitting inside that. How strange. They're all inside the square. Here, that is where my bait is, actually on top of where I cast earlier. If you follow my line out, it's bang in line with it. And there's tons of bubbles. I cannot believe I haven't had a run. I cannot believe it. And I've moved again, just trying to give myself one more chance of catching. I want to end this video with a carp, so let's keep trying. Got about 20 minutes. So I've just found gaps in the pads, the biggest gaps I could find. I was worried that my bait wasn't presenting properly. I've been using PVA bags all day, and the fellas who were catching, I'm sure they wasn't bothering with PVAs, they were just like boilies. And I think if you present your bait properly in a clear spot and you're not tangled up with any pads, your bait's just sitting on the bottom looking good, you're going to get a pickup. So that's what I've aimed for this time. I've aimed for the clearest spot I could find amongst the pads. Come on, the dying minutes. And I think I'm going to have to admit defeat. That sun is rapidly going down. I've tried my best. So the last time I recorded, I had a take in the dying seconds when I was saying it's time to wrap up and leave. Can it happen again? I don't think so. That don't happen very often when we're fishing, does it? Well, I've tried my best. It's a new lake. I've got to learn how to fish it. You don't often turn up at a lake and just start catching. I've already learnt some things watching other fishermen and chatting to the bailiff who walked around. You are joking! You are joking! How can that happen again? When I was about to say, I've got to go home. Come on, I've got to land this one. Last time I lost the fish. Come on, Simon. My battery is almost run out of my camera. I'm going to stop it, and hopefully in 5 minutes or so, when I get this fish in, we can celebrate. I can't believe I've hooked a fish when it's time to leave. It just came off. Can you believe that? 2 weeks in a row, as I'm wrapping up, had a run both times, played the fish. This one was very close to the net. I got it quite close in. I hadn't even seen the fish, it felt heavy. As I was getting it closer to the net, the hook pulled. Ah, that's fishing for you. That just shows you why fishermen get so elated when they do catch a fish. I'm going to be back on this lake. We will land a fish at my third try. Oh. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm just going to go and cry driving home.